Hello, we're the Grateful Turners. I'm James Turner, and this is my wife Courtney Turner, and today we're talking about communication. Nobody comes into a relationship having all of their needs met all their life. So everybody's going to come in with some kind of baggage, some kind of drama, and as Andy Stanley or the Church at Argyle would put it, it's kind of like having a mug. And it's got beads in it, right? And maybe it's based on an insecurity that you have. Like an insecurity of mine is fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of abandonment, because I've been through a divorce in my past. I still have, some deep down fear of abandonment issues when it comes to when we fight and things like that. I always end up thinking about that. And so knowing my wife, knowing that I have those beads, she is sensitive to them. And also the other part is that I have to pray them out. So the way I consider myself is like a block of cheese. Whatever I'm struggling with, maybe it's some kind of fear of man or fear of abandonment or, just whatever it is, whatever sin it is, we are all broken. We all fall short. So I'm like a block of cheese with a bunch of holes in it. So I'll pray about it and fill up that one hole, and then another one will open right back up.
And I think that we have to remember that every single one of us enters our marriage with wounds. It's unlikely that you married your middle school sweetheart. So you've been in a relationship, someone's hurt you, someone has betrayed you, you have a hard time probably trusting, fully letting go, or maybe you're insecure. And so it's important as we're in a marriage that we speak life over our spouse and that we don't validate the fears and the lies, but that we encourage the truth. I want to tell James, you're an amazing leader. You're a loving, godly man. You're strong. I love you. I will never leave you or forsake you. I want to combat that. And eventually, the more I tell him, the more he'll start to believe it.
And sometimes when she gets upset with me and I feel like, that maybe I'm a bad husband, she'll make comments. It's nothing deliberate, but maybe it's another bead in my cup where she says, you always do this, or this always happens, or something like that. Instead of using terms like that, we maybe want to turn that around and say, hey, how about we do this, or we communicate like this? Some of the things that I try to encourage her to do is when we are communicating to one another is when she comes and says, when she's very upset, throwing things across the room.
Beating him up, getting a frying pan.
To not say, you always do blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because it makes you feel like a failure. And that's validating his fear. It makes him feel helpless, like there's nothing he can do.
And the worst thing you can do with a man is make him to feel nothing he does can satisfy his wife. So you almost want to go in shutdown mode.
Right, and that's what I was going to say, go into shutdown mode. And then what a woman needs is that affection and validation. We need to, be told we're loved. We need you to hug us. We crave that support. And so when a man shuts down, he's not going to give that to you. And then all of a sudden you just see everything start unraveling.
Exactly. So the Bible specifically says a man is to love his wife, a woman is to respect her husband. So when she does that, when she, says things that are out of respect or, kind of build me up. Maybe, hey, that shirt looks incredible, or, maybe talking about different physical attributes, you're, maybe I went and worked out and she says something
amazing, baby.
Really, I'm just saying she'll say something really nice and it just kind of builds me up, so it makes me more confident.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa, okay,
right.
I'm feeling kind of confident.
Yeah.
And then she's drawn to it.
Right.
And I show her more love. So we're built up in that, upward spiral closer to God. The closer we follow God, God specifically tells us what to do. So when we do that, amazing things happen.
Amazing things happen, and we grow into who we are called to be, who we are made to be, and we can hold our head up high. We can look at each other and love each other. He's a wild man. kind of one of the reasons I love them too. But we just want to encourage you that there is power of life and death in the tongue, and to encourage your spouse, build them up, don't tear them down, validate truth, and don't validate the fear, and just work together.
Don't run and hide, communicate.
Amen.